In this video, I want to have a look at stem and leaf plots. So a stem and leaf plot is like a sideways column graph, but it lists every individual score. So we can have ordered and unordered stem and leaf plots, but ordered are the ones that are most useful. In an ordered stem and leaf plot, it's going to show us what the most common scores are. It's going to show us if there are any clusters or outliers, and it's also going to show us how the scores are spread out. So let's have a look at how we can draw one. So we're asked to use a stem and leaf plot to show the following ages of the 21 musicians in an orchestra. So these are all our ages. To start off, we need to find our smallest and our largest number. So our smallest number there looks like 25, and our largest, I think, is 55. So that's going to tell us how to spread out our numbers. So we're going to have a column for all the numbers in the 20s, one for all the ones in the 30s, the 40s, and one for the 50s. So we're going to write down 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be the row for all our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, and our 50s. So we're going to draw a straight line down there. And that is what's called our stem. Now we need to add on the leaves. So for all the 20s, we're going to have a 25, so I'm going to write a 5 next to it. Then I'm going to go through, I've got a 28. I'm going to cross these off as I go so I know I've got them all. I've got another 28. I've got a 29. And another 29. All right, for all my 30s now, I've got a 36. I've got a 33. Another 33, a 35. Notice I'm lining these numbers up directly underneath each other as well, so that when I get to the end, I can see which rows have more numbers in them. If I keep going, I've got another 39, I've got a 39, I've got a 32. And I just spotted this 26 that I missed before, so I'm going to add that 6 on here as well. And I've got a 35. Now for my 40s, I've got a 47. I've got a 48, a 41, and that's it. And then my 50s, so I've got a 52, a 50, so I'll put a 0 there. I've got a 55, a 50, and a 56. So this is what's called an unordered stem and leaf plot, because I've just gone and put all the numbers in the order that I came across them. What I'm going to do now is over here I'm going to rewrite this stem and leaf plot, but I'm going to order these leaves in ascending order. So they're still going to stay in the same rows because they still need to be 25, 28, 29, but I'm going to put them in order from smallest to biggest. So if we redraw it, I'm still going to have the same stems. But in each row, I'm going to reorder the numbers. So my lowest number here is a 5, and then a 6, 2 8s, and 2 9s. Then if I do my next row, I've got a 2, I've got 2 3s, 2 5s, 6, and a 9. In my 4s, I've got a 1, a 7, and an 8. My 50s, I've got 2 0s, a 2, a 5, and a 6. So this ordered stem and leaf plot is the one that's going to be more useful to me when we start interpreting data. So you can try and go to this straight off, but chances are that if it's a big set of data, there might be mistakes in there. So it's okay to do 2 separate ones as well. All right, in our next example, we've got the heights in centimeters of a sample group of Year 8 boys and girls were measured. So we've got the heights of all the girls in the top row and all the boys in the bottom row. What we want to do is draw something called a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. So we want to be able to compare the heights of the boys and the girls. So again, I'm going to start off by finding my smallest number and my highest number. So it looks like my smallest number might be 130 here. And my highest number is 168. So I need to go in the 130s and the 160s. So this time, everything's in the hundreds, so I'm not going to use the first number as my stem, it's just the 1. I want everything that's in the 130s, everything that's in the 140s, 150s, and 160s. So I'm going to use my 1 3, a 1, 4, a 1, 5, and a 1, 6 for my stems. Now I'm going to draw a line on both sides of this to make it a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. I'm going to put all the girls' data on this side and all the boys' data on this side. So if we go through the boys first, our smallest number there is 130. So I'm going to try and do this as an ordered stem and leaf plot straight off. My next one, I've got a 136 and I've got a 139. Oh no, look, I've messed up already. I had a 138 in there as well. So we can change that to an 8 and add a 9 in there. All right, my next one, I've got 140. I've got 140 there. Got 143. Got 144. Then in my 50s, I've got 151 and 152. And then I also have 166. So that's my boys done in an ordered stem and leaf plot. Now I want to do my girls. Now with the girls, we're still going to start with our smallest numbers right up next to the stem and work out. So our smallest number in the girls is 137, and I've got 2 of those. In my 140s, I've got a 48 and a 46, so my 6 goes here and my 8 goes there. Then in my 150s, I've got a 3, 2 5s, and a 7. 153, 155 twice, and 157. So that's those ones. And then I've got 165 and 168. So that is our back-to-back stem and leaf plot. And you can kind of see that the girls tend to have the higher heights and the boys tend to have the lower ones out of that sample of Year 8 students. So that's having a look at how we can draw a stem and leaf plot.